Hi folks, this is Calc 2 Take Home 3. We're asked to find an integral using two different u substitutions. So if I use u equal square root x minus 1, I get my du is 1 over 2 square root x minus 1 dx. And so if I look at this integral, I can get a 1 over 2 square root x minus 1. I have to counteract a 2 out front, separate the x out there. And so that's giving me the du right there. The trouble is I got an x left over, so I'm going to have to take my substitution, solve for x. X is going to be u squared plus 1. So when I take this into the land of u, it's 1 over u squared plus 1. That's the 1 over x. And then the du is the rest of this garbage. And so this integrates out to 2 times the arctangent of u plus c, which is 2 times the arctangent of the square root x minus 1 plus c. And that'll do it for number 1. Alright, number 2, we're asked to find the same integral we did in number 1, but now we're asked to give using a different substitution. So if I let u equal the square root of x, du is 1 over 2 square root x dx, and now I look at this integral here. And well, let's see, I could get a 1 over 2 square root x dx. I'd have to take a 2 out front. I'd have to put a square root x in here. Then I've got an x over square root x minus 1. So do a little simplification here. I've got 2 times. I can cancel the square root out there. I got 1 over 2 square root x dx. So in looking at this, that's my du there. Square root x, that's my u. And I can think of x as being square root x squared. So this is actually a u squared sitting in there. So if I square both sides, I get u squared equals x. So really, when I take this over to the land of u, I get 1 over u times the square root u squared minus 1, that's this whole thing, times the du. And that's a dead-on arcsecant. And because of how our book defines the range of the arcsecant, we need absolute values here. But since the u was the square root of x, we can drop those absolute values. So we get 2 times the arcsecant of square root x plus c. So it's interesting to take a step back. We have 2 arctangent square root x minus 1 plus c for the way we solved it number 1. Here we're given this. Looks like they're 2 entirely different functions, yet at the end of the day, both antiderivatives are off by just a constant. And I'll let you play around with what that constant actually is. And that'll do it for Take Home 3.